Oh, nope, not that one. That one. Okay, hello everyone. Just grabbing up some tabs real quick and we will start. Sorry for not streaming yesterday. Rendering the normal maps for this armor literally took about 38 hours total. So my computer was rendered useless yesterday. So let me just sign in some things and we will begin. Okie dokie. That's my reference, that's my chat. And there we go. Okay. Ugh, get out of here, Oculus sensor. I can't see my chat. Sorry, I'm sure I'm just smacking the mic like 3 times there. So, hello everyone. No, I get rid of Discord shit. So we're gonna be working on my realism armor right now. I'm gonna try to bring this into VRChat. Currently, I just want to try to make a portfolio piece, and I'm working on doing some realism. So let us begin. I've already placed down some base material in here. Just standard leather, standard metals and stuff, since it auto-generates. And I'm going to be detailing, wearing down, and adding the shine and finesse that I really want out of all of these pieces. So made sure some things were working real quick before I started up the stream. So I'm starting to apply some rust here. Rust is an interesting material since it basically wears down the metal. Like if I turn off my rust layer here, you can see how shiny the metal actually can get. Even then, it's still a little dirty from other dust and dirt layers I've created. So we're going to work on wearing this down, adding the rust where I want, and yeah, we're going to work from that. So rust likes to build up in cavities where metals, where water can catch in the metals, detailing the embossing, the filigree. And we're going to try to highlight that in almost every one of these little rivets and divots. And really just try to add some just life. Show that this armor has been in some battles, and that's what I want to do. Because I don't want it to be too fine and too perfect. Like, I want it to be a nice suit of armor. But a little wear and tear adds a lot of story, and that's the one thing I like about characters, is trying to tell that story really quick. Just from at a glance, I want you to be able to tell this armor's been through some shit. That's too heavy. Oh wow! Okay, the rust rain effects I did really affected the water up front, or the metal up front. Interesting. Now I won't do too much of this on this piece since I've already done a little bit, but I want to show you guys what particles can do. So particles are really cool things that allow you to add procedural effects. Like if I want this rain effect, I can just paste that down and it'll start painting that material as rain would go over the object. And now that's a little too scratchy. It's not good at what we're looking for, but it exists and I think it's cool. So I can show you like what puddling does. Puddling may not actually show on this material. It's going to pool at the bottom of things, which is what we want out of that. Oh, those aren't unwrapped properly, it seems. Okay, I'll fix that in a bit. Organic spots. Ooh! See, that's a cool looking one. You can totally see like doing some infected things. It's really creepy looking, actually. I don't like that. So I'm gonna go back to this paint. Do I want the artistic heavy sponge? How does that look? A little too heavy. I'm gonna go to my dirt splashing. So unlike anime models that I've done in the past, you are gonna use almost all the brushes here. you want to have this grit and grime that you can get out of these texture brushes. It's going to really add that realism look that you want when trying to develop these types of textures. So while the main purpose of this armor is to be a portfolio piece for me, so I can apply to CD Projekt Red and their current character art position, I definitely am also making it just so I don't get stabbed anymore. Can't stab through metal, guys. I'm going to survive now. Thank God. And I'll hand paint some of this leaking that you can imagine some rust would develop. That may be a little heavy, but it's fine. I'm trying to leave some of the fill degree, which is all like the ornamentation details, like right here on the chest. I want to leave that a little more visible than most, so someone will have to hammer that armor won't protect you then. Well, hey, I can deal. I'm gonna try to kind of mirror similar designs. Don't want it to be exact, but just really tapping, trying to get some minor detail. Get those light browns coming in where you can, and not just scratching the metal down so it doesn't look as worn. Actually, the rust is a little heavy too here. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm gonna go to my grayscale, knock it back a bit. Really lighten that up. I like the leaf look that it did, but it's just too white. And let's add some big sections down here at the bottom. And this thing is, unlike a lot of anime models that are just mirrored, it has the entirety of the thing unwrapped, so it's not split in half like a lot of models are. So this allows me to fully add asymmetrical detail, which I think is essential to realism. Because nothing's symmetrical in real life. Albeit we value symmetry. That's where the key standard of beauty comes in. You find something beautiful if it's more symmetrical. That's just a scientific fact. So we do try to emulate that, but it doesn't happen in the real world. So we try to emulate it through our thing that we create. I'm always working segue. Fuck you. That's all I've been doing this week is working. I haven't played like any games because I really wanted to get this piece done during my break before I have to go back to the slave work that is my school. Alright, I think that's a good start for rust on the breastplate. Actually, I want to get a little more detail in this. So let's move on to some of the leather. The leather's already been a little detailed. You can see the scratches that I've implemented. But I definitely want to start highlighting some of the ornamentation on the inside here. So if I go to my leathers, I believe it's leather 1. Yeah, it's leather 1. Okay. Wow. Don't know already. Okay. Let's... Thank you, Hugku. Donations. Refresh. It's 15. Oh, hey Zen. So when's the bet, my little police boy? Whenever you want, Zen. Honestly, Probably soon. But like the casino's been put on hold a little bit, so we have to. We're just gonna have to improv it. I don't even remember what the bet you wanted was then. But yeah, hit me up anytime, any day. I'll win that bet. I'm gonna go apply a new material. I want it to be the same type of metal, and I used the standard steel medieval look here. And this is gonna cover the entirety of the leather here, which is not gonna look correct. Like nice chrome-plated leather there. But what we can do is if I open this, I'm going to add a smart mask to the wear. I think subtle scratches would look fine if it decides to work. Subtle scratches have been finicky all day for me. Yep, that didn't work. At least not how I expected it. That one. That one's a little better. How about oxidization? It's too late. Rust ground. I believe in that one. No, that's dark. So random masks until I get something that I think like, yeah, that looks kind of good. All right, let's just add a black mask, and I'll manually paint things then. So we're gonna add a black mask to the overall layer, and now we're gonna start painting in these little metal bits, so we can get some good detailing. Is that the real Yenda? Wow. So, hold on. Sorry, this workspace isn't really set up to work well with Substance Painter, so I'm going to have to move my arms a little bit. This one's going to be very simple. I'm just going to go our standard hard brush here. And we're going to paint in the metals on the little ornamentation buffs. That doesn't look good. Why does that look so shit? That looks really bad. Hold up. You cannot paint on disabled layers, that makes sense. Why does it affect so much of it? Ugh, gross. Delete that. I'm gonna see if that's just the material I'm using or something else. Steel rough, I believe in you. Let's go to the basic materials. Cool. Where are you going to apply it in here? I'm going to apply to CD Projekt Red for their new character art position, the creators of the Witcher 3 series. Yeah, it's just that material, okay. So we're going to paint each individual dot here, and we're going to rust it up a bit. I may change the color to be more gold. I think a little bit of gold in this piece will look really nice. Now, design-wise, this armor ain't nothing super innovative or designy, but I just want to show that I can do some realism, which is the main point of the piece. And hey, if I can bring it into VRChat, that's going to be even better. So far, the normal maps... Oh no, there's not a dot there! Well, time to edit that in post. I'm not re-rendering this fucking chess piece. That took 5 hours. I'm gonna hide everything but the chess piece here for a second, just so I can, or just the metals. I just needed the metals gone so I can see more clearly. Singing's a little strong there. I'll have to paint that back. And these parts don't have any of the dots because it's hidden under a cape I currently do not have loaded in on the character, but I will still paint the little metal in there just in case it happens to show. Yeah, the cape comes up and tucks in over here, which is why if I turn the metals back on there, there's this little chain. That's where the cloak's being held. Cool. So just like any texturing stream that I've done in the past, the normal lean's a little fucky there. Okay, I'll have to fix that.
just like any other texturing stream that I've done in the past, the big key thing is to make sure you're just doing the base colors for things. You don't really want to paint too much detail and shadowing and other things, as that will create an unrealistic effect when playing in games. Like if the actual lighting engine hits some lighting that you've painted in, it may look a little funky. You want to do it in some places to add highlights, but don't overdo it, would be a recommendation for that. Okay, did you negotiate, or wait, noise gate get shifted? There's a lot of sound blanket in that stream. I have no idea what you just said to me, Yinda. Oof, if you get that place, you might be working up on Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, I'm really hoping you work on 2077. Game looks so good. Oh hey Ash, welcome to the stream, boo. We're working on this realism set of armor. Adding the micro detail, adding the leather wear and tear, and yeah. Oh, you may be hearing my computer. I'm currently on vacation right now, so my setup isn't optimal. So my microphone's closer to my computer, and you may be hearing its fan. And it's always been constantly activated. I would love to have voice activation. I haven't experimented enough to figure that out. Oh, there's not a dot there either, damn. Yeah, I'm liking those dots so far. They had a nice gleam of light. You can see the specularity get caught like just a little bit, enough to give it that visual interest. The normal maps, I can't tell if they're inverted on this side or not. Half the time they look good, half the time they don't, and I don't know why this specific sleeve would be, since it was all baked out at the same time. It's weird to me. Anyway, I'm just gonna carry on. If it is inverted and fucky, I'll fix it in Photoshop. That's just inverting layer channels. Oh yeah, it definitely is inverted on this sleeve. Now that I'm painting the metal, and I can definitely see that. Weird. I wonder what happened there. Ash, how's Sea of Thieves? I've seen you've played that, and I've been really debating buying it. I want to be a pirate. We'll move on from the dots in just a second. I just gotta get all these little ones out and modeled. Uh-oh. What happened? Why are we yelling? Figure shit out. What's going on, Substance? We good? Okay. There. Damn it. Woo. Hello, Scooty. It is... Oh, it's 5 ducks from several people saying I want to die. Don't die, several people. You have so many people that make typing in Discord. Or make type, I guess. Ooh. What leather is this one? Is that leathers 2? Leathers 3? Definitely not on metals. Is it this one? Okay, it's that one. Let's paint in... Oh wait, no, that is correct. I forgot it's the strap, not the buckle. Cool, okay. Yeah, the big thing with the realistic armor is really just trying to get the micro detail, and that can be very tedious. Didn't Cyberpunk 27 get delayed, so it will be on the generation after the current gen consoles? I believe so. I'm gonna basically say give CD Projekt Red as long as they want. They make fantastic games. Like, if they want to take fucking 20 years making that game, I'll let them. Because by the time it comes out, oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. Okay, let me look at my reference that I've been working off of. Alright, let's paint some of the... We're gonna break exactly what I said. We're gonna paint some minor color distortion
in the leather, just so we can add a little bit more pizzazz. Where's my leather? Okay, we want to select a new color. We're gonna select this generic color that's here. I want it more red than that. Our leathers are way more red than that. Up that a little more orange, just for some highlighting. Very subtle. And now I'm going to paint it in this padded leather. If I add the black mask back. And we're going to switch this to only texture style. No. Sorry, they changed everything in this program, and I'm trying to find where everything is. My flow is ruined. This should affect the... Oh, this is literally just painting color in. Okay, well, let's just test this real quick. So there's the color. Let's switch that to multiply. Not multiply. Overlay. Not overlay. Alright, can I tap through this? No, you're gonna make me manually select. Wonderful. Pass through. I just want to get the color on top, man. Linear dodge. Linear dodge is okay. I'll probably do linear dodge. Screen? I like screen better. It's a very subtle difference, but it's there. So we're going to switch that to screen. And I'm going to go back to my soft noisy brush, or smooth noisy. This is the one I use a lot for anime models. But now we can start painting in that light color on top, just trying to add some light detail and some visual color interest. Really just going to be tapping here and there. And if I switch to pure color mode, you can see a little bit of how things look. That looks really bad. That's why we keep things lit. Unlike anime models, they only have to look good lit. Oftentimes the base colors won't look good. I'm gonna paint some a little harsher color scenes here. Looks super contemporary. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you can definitely see more of the lightening of the leather that I'm doing here. That seems not great, but again, it's covered by the cloak, so it's okay. Very subtle. I'm just going to paint it real quick in the standard 2D view, so I can go pretty quick and just tap over each individual square. I'm going to try to accentuate the highlight that is naturally created in the sculpt. Doing that there. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Let's do that on the lit side. I'm really just being really quick and rough with this. Like, I'm not trying to be too careful with my strokes, and I think that's a good thing, especially in realism. It's sporadic. Like, there's no really defining what is hyper correct as long as it looks good. God, I want Sea of Thieves, Tom. The game looks so interesting. But I've heard it can be kind of lackluster after a bit, and that's what's making me hesitate to buy it.
Because I've been burnt on too many games that only have about 5 hours of gameplay, and then you're like, alright, well now what? And then there is nothing. There is no what. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. I'm gonna exile this, not exile, exclude this armor. And I'm gonna make sure the insides are a deep red, just to add that visual interest if any of the light catches there. I need that one actually. Change the color, gonna pick the same dark color we have, and then I'm gonna make that a pretty saturated red just for some visual interest. And I'm gonna add it on screen. Add a black mask, and now I'm just going to paint the insides. I'm going to go, I need a heavier brush than that. Let's just get the standard soft. I mostly want to do that in the collar here, if any of that catches. And it should, since we're not going to have a human character in the render. It's going to actually show the inside there, so I want that color interest there. And I may splash this red throughout the rest of the armor. I actually really like how it looks. Very subtle, and yet adds a lot of life to those colors there. Which could be here to watch, but I have an anime marathon at my school, so I can't have sound on right now. Nice! What are you watching, Sari? Oh, I guess you can't hear. I guess I'll type it. Watching. I have to type at the weirdest angle because my keyboard's not in front of my computer. And I'm gonna splash this red around. Probably gonna do it in a lot of the crevices. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the little more life color that we can bring into this leather. Because leathers are kind of gross, they're kind of brown, dry, not too much visual interest there, so bringing that interest in is very important in the texturing level of details. Dang, did you never go to a school where they're like, there's a designated club just to watch garbage? That's definitely something that that was prevalent in my area. I never really went to any of them, but because I was a loner and I watched anime in my own time. Pretty sure it's very rare spawn mainly to hang around places like Kraken. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, the Kraken. Okay, got you. Sea of Thieves. I was very confused for a second. Which, that's the sad part for Sea of Thieves from what I've seen, is that it seems like the sea sailing part is the least interesting part. And that's sad. Why is there no player versus player combat? Or something like that. I don't know. It just seems like you're just shooting skeletons or chasing a chicken. I want it to be good. I really want to enjoy that game. But I'm very speculative right now. Oh, Totoro. Totoro's such a good show. Your Name is one of my favorite movies I've seen of all time. And then a third. Okay. I feel you, dude. What was that, Dono? Who sent me something? It's $5 from Dankman. Also saying I want to die, but this time with proper punctuation, but a nice period at the end. Why do we all want to die? That you're the second. Jinrai says, "Hi, Moore. I just managed to get home and catch a stream, and now the armor looks awesome." Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's early for you Europeans. I believe it's only like 7 a.m. now, so thank you. I don't know if you're European at all, Jinwei,
or Jinrai, sorry. Read Segway's name as I was saying your name. But yes, we are going to make this look sick. Like here, let me show you the full thing if you just got here. So we started adding a lot of the metallics in already. I'm rusting it up, trying to add some visual color detail right now. Really trying to just make the padded leather look like really good padded leather. That a leather calf cushion with metal rivets designed historical, or did you come up with yourself? It looks really sick. It does look like a couch. I thought that. It's actually where I got a lot of the material references. So I definitely kind of made it up myself. I looked at a lot of reference. What I do when I'm making armor is I look at a lot of concept art, and I really like the checkerboard pattern that you get in a lot of designs. But I thought adding the little metal rivets would do a lot for the visual appeal, and I really think it's working. So that, a little bit of half and half. You're trying to VR marry Donatsu? You can't. Donatsu's my little donut. Please hunt down Sea of Thieves. Everyone's playing Sea of Thieves. Everyone right now. I really want it. I'm gonna add the red. I'm gonna move the metals up top here for a sec so I can add this bright red underneath and give that slight shadowing and yet vibrancy to this leather here. I'm going to paint like a lot of this top part this red because it's covered by the cloak, and if this is my vibrant shadow color, it should really be applied there too, because the cloak's going to come like over there. It actually doesn't look bad at all. That just in itself adds a lot of color. I'm going to add that under the armpits. I may splash some more purple colors in here as well. Oh, I didn't do the metallics underneath. Oh, that normal map's still fucking in there, damn. That's just gonna be me manually painting over the normal map, because I don't want to re-render another 5-hour render of this normal map for something so minor. No, you can't kill people not Ash Segway. God, I can't. I read people's names as I'm talking about other people, and I can't fucking say things right. I swear to God. Alright, I'm gonna try to define the little seaming here. Actually, I may change... Do I change the main color of the trim just to add some visual design? My instinct is no, but I like some visual interest there. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this layer. There we go. I'm gonna switch it to a white mask just so I can see the effect. And I'm gonna make this color more bluish is what I'm going to do. Some deeper purplish blues. And I'm gonna add that black mask there. And I'm gonna splash that color in a lot on the trim, I think is what I'm gonna do, just to add that sense of color difference without actually changing the color. It doesn't seem like it's painting. What's happening here? We painting here? Is it so subtle I don't see it? Yep, definitely subtle that I don't see it. Okay. No, maybe it's too subtle then. Alright, let's paint that threading. I'm going to create a new colorway. And I want this threading to be like a warmish yellow-orange. Not that warm. Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna add the black mask.
switch over to the basic hard brush just because I want this to be pure fill. And now it's time to paint the micro detail on these threads. Step back. Yeah, that's definitely the color I want there. So when you're making realism armor, it's very important to add this threading detail. Seams of clothing are so essential for creating realistic armor because it adds that realism look to it that you need. So making sure you define seams at least some point in your armor. Honestly, I should have another seam going up like on the side here because that's where it would logically connect. I didn't do that though, and I'm kind of regretting it. I may manually paint that in the normal map. I don't know, it's going to heavily alter the padding. But seams are very important to make your stuff look realistic. That's oftentimes what a lot of people miss is they're creating a piece of realistic whatever. And you're like, man, it's so close, but it's not there. Like, what am I missing? And the answer is you're missing your seams, most likely. It's a very subtle thing. And on this leather, like, this is very pronounced seams. Normally you don't draw seams that thick unless you're doing stitched leather. I'm simply talking about like a thick line to indicate, like, look at your shirt that you're wearing right now. You have a very subtle and yet like a half-inch line dividing how your shirt is seamed together. Yeah. Making sure you get that is important. Yeah, I'm really liking how that looks in the 2D texture plane over here. That looks really good. Congrats, you two have Arabic fans. Oh, sweet! That's a wow! It's so interesting how many people from across the world I've met because of this game. Like, I've always played with people from, like, EU and stuff like that throughout my times playing games, but honestly, like, this is the most diverse community I've seen in a long time. I fucking love it. Sorry, I know you probably typed that a while ago. I'm bad at looking at chat and also trying to do micro detailing. Don't you die, creator. You fucking fight those skeletons / pirates / kraken / whatever you're facing. Ooh, what's going on? It is 569 from the Dank and Only Dankman69. At this present moment, I, who am as often referred to as Dankman69, yearn to not be, oh my god, turned? Hold on, the wording is cut off. Quantum, oh my god, of this animate existence. I'm a dumbass. That was abbreviated on my side, and that really fucked with my mind trying to read that word. I'm a dumbass. Why are you getting so philosophical, Dank? What's happening? we go. Almost done with this side of the stitching. There we go. Yeah. I think it's looking good. Hold on a sec. I'm checking something. Nope. Shush. Okay. You call my police hat old? My police hat ain't old. It's beautiful. There you go. I'm liking how that leather's looking a lot, actually. That's coming out pretty nice. And once I get the cloak in there, ooh. Alright, let's go back to adding some rust. I'm gonna jump back to my metals 2, I believe it has it. Yeah, I'm gonna copy this layer. I'm gonna add it to my other layer's metal, because it does not have any rusting yet. We're gonna paste. Gonna look awful because it's information from a different map. Once it finally loads in. Actually, it doesn't even look that bad. Except for the chains that are overdone. That's the only complaint I have. I'm gonna add a white mask. Or rather, add a black mask. Let's go to the smart filters again. Or smart masks, rather. I think we're just gonna do the dust dry as a base. I can't remember what I chose for the other layer. Nope, that doesn't do anything at all. Paint old. How's paint? That's too much. Invert mask. Nope, too strong. Rust. How about the actual rust one? Does that want to work this time? Nope, no it does not. Edge rust. Too little. This is art, guys. Throwing pre-made substances on and believing in yourself. I've already done this. Was it concrete that we did? Nope. Subtle scratches. Nope. I think it was actually, was it rust ground? I think it was rust ground. Nope. Moss then. Ground dirt. It was one of the dirt ground ones, I believe. Because I need the same subtle consistency that you have with the other metal right now. Maybe I just go here and just steal the mask again. I'm gonna just copy the mask and we're gonna paste it back in. I know I just deleted it, but I'm gonna just paint over it, I guess. Paste in the mask. Yeah, it's made the chains a little too rusty, but that's very simple of me going to my soft brush. These smooth noisy. Bumping this down to black, and we're just gonna just start painting that away in the chains. This will affect every chain because I only have one UV for all the chains. There you go. Cool. Subtle, but effective. The normal mapping pinched a little bit on the crest at the top over here, but that's okay. It's not that bad. Normal mapping is such an interesting thing to try to get to work correctly. I haven't done too much work with map generation, if I'm honest. I've only generated normal maps like 2 times. So this is a good practice for me. And I'll show you how to do that at some point. I was originally going to do the art stream this week focusing on ZBrush, so you guys can learn how to do high poly sculpts and stuff like that. At least I can show you how I do the process. But I burnt through that armor way faster than I actually expected, so the armor was already done. So unfortunately we're just back to texturing this week. But I guess that's something you guys can do the most work out of. I mean, I doubt too many of you are going to actually pop into ZBrush and try to do a high poly sculpt. I'm adding some pretty heavy rust here, just because that allows me to... I mean, that's where the rain would catch the most on this armor, would be at the tops of the things, and since the underbit is covered by the leather, it's clipping a little bit here, but I'll fix that in the low poly when I finish the texture maps. I think it's a good thing to have that amount of rust near the top. In fact, I'm gonna up it on the chest plate metals. Come on. It's like... Just trying to define some of the rust in the deepest cavities where the rain may drip and catch. Because you can imagine, what just happened there? You can imagine like the rain would fall down and like it will drip in there and it'll catch a bit. Stuff like that. In fact, having some of those kind of just strandy lines can probably add a lot in terms of the realism of where the rust would actually start forming. Yeah, actually, I like that a lot. I'm going to remove the shirt right now so I can do the under and make sure the leathering or the resting underneath near the leather is accurate. And we'll put that back on. Since most of that won't show, I just want to get some of the detailing there. Start wearing why Substance Painter just decides to randomly stop me and autosave makes me upset. But you know what? If you want to save, we'll save. We'll make sure it works.
Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate.
What is this song?
In this world, there's room for everyone. The good earth.
Ever played with the particle brushes? I did a little bit. Some of the strokes you're seeing here is from a particle rain brush. If I'm honest, I haven't worked with them too much to fully manipulate them. They're cool as shit, though. Like, I was just messing with, like, this fracture one. I bet you this one's gonna look sick if I just start it. Yeah, look at that. Like, you can get some really cool realism happening with that and like windows and stuff.
We think too much, feel too little.
That's really cool. Now Liquid Stream's just gonna start pouring the rust on there. Like, yeah. This one looks majestic. It's like faking filigree. Oh, Sandstorm's actually producing good results. Ooh, I'm gonna mess with Sandstorm a bit here. Chip away at it. Add those little rust dots here and there. That's good. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my standard brushing. I don't like this patch of rust that's here, so I'm gonna knock that back. That's the interesting part with trying to create the rust here is I have so many detailing and filigree to put the rust in. Here it's kind of just barren in the back, and I'm not entirely sure how I want to rust that up. Or at least make it look good and natural. So I'm just going to slightly tab some places, I guess. Like now that leather patch doesn't make sense, so I'm going to knock that back. Or leather rust patch. The particle brushes are really sick, and like they're one of my favorite things. I want to find a way to utilize them more and not have their results be unpredictable and like, nope, I can't use that. But that's unfortunately the majority of what I get right now. They do some really cool things. The sand one there worked pretty well actually, which is surprising. I usually don't see that effect. I'm gonna try to add like a little rain drip detailing off that rivet. Alright, I think that's enough rust. I don't want to make this look too old. I want this to look worn, not decades old. Actually, underneath here needs a little bit more. How's the other side? Not bad. This one was better. Alright. Save that out. I'm gonna paint some of the... Oh, I forgot I had the padded leather underneath there. Alright, I'm gonna hide the metals 2, I believe it is? Yeah. So I can start working on the skirt here. V-Wong skirt, anyway. Hi, Jack Dallas says, this should be a newer version of Realm of Arcania. This looks amazing, but the 2013 version was so buggy, I just want to play the game in the 90s. Total cost is £12 for the 3 games. Hey, that's not bad. I would do that for 3 games for £12. I would do that. Oh, is the music too loud? No worries. It's hard for me to just, based on a lot of things. Alright, have a good one, creator. Or Ugh, God, I can't fucking speak today. Ugh. Alright, so I'm going to go to my color palette, and I'm going to create a new fill layer. I'm gonna dictate that color to be like, I want this darker bluish kind of black. Ugh, wrong layer, forgot. I don't want that skirt. I want, is it leathers 2? Yeah. Select that same colorish that I was looking for. It's a little black. Lighten that to a blue. Switch that to screen mode. And I'm going to add a black mask. And now I'm going to paint that up because I want to just fade gradation. Go back to the smooth noise. Oh, now it actually looks too light. That's good. That's really saturated, but that's good.
I'm sure there is a way, but I gotta figure out how it's,
I can lower my output sound to you guys and yet keep it louder on my end because the music is so quiet for me now. And I'm the type of person that blasts music like really loud.
I'm gonna go grab that red that we created because it's such a good red. And we're gonna paste that back in. What would it look like with the color blending mode instead of screen?
So it's going to look pretty. I'm gonna hide the red layer currently. If it's on normal, it's gonna be like very bright. It's a subtle color. But the reason why I have it on screen is I want this these leather strains and tears and wears to be more prevalent. So keeping the subtle look on screen adds the color information I want without taking away too much of the other parts of it. It's honestly still a bit light. Maybe screen isn't the perfect color mode here. How about overlay? Overlay's too dark. Multiplay's still going to be too dark. Linear dodge worked pretty good that one time, so no, it's still. I don't know. It's a weird thing to try to get this color to show, but not become super dark. That's a weird color. And adding just color becomes way too saturated. You know what? Actually, color though. If I go back to my standard, maybe the color is what we want here, which would make sense. Alright. If I go to those colors, and now I'm going to lower the opacity. Yeah, that's way closer to what I was actually hoping for. So now let's paint in this red. The red looked really good in the crevices. I'm going to hint a little bit of detail for where the leather would start to fold after the not incline, the opposite of the incline, decline of the buttocks or the butt. Just trying to get some colors to pop. There we go. Subtle, but you can definitely see it more lively in this 2D texture. I'm just going to splash some colors where I like it. What program am I using? I'm using a program called Algorithmic Substance Painter. It's a 3D texture generation tool for 3D models. It is the best tool I think I've ever used. Like, I love this program. It's only $150, and that may sound like a lot, but compare that to like the $800 at ZBrush, the Maya license, which I believe is over 1K. It's insane what they give you for the price. And I love this program. Absolutely fantastic. Time to go back to everyone's favorite of painting thread seams, and there's a lot on this one. So, where's Paste Mask? God. I'm gonna go to my standard hard brush. I'm just gonna paint the 2D view, I think, because I'm lazy. Hard brush, please. That's too heavy. Yeah, this leather wear and tear, I didn't actually paint in here. It's a base texture that I developed in Photoshop using If you guys were there for the prop stream, you guys saw I used realistic photos to generate texture maps for the alcohol cabinet we were working on. I did very similar things for this leather here. I just found a base leather texture, put it on top, and I adjusted the values to get something close to what I'm looking for. And I brought that into here so I could start painting on top of it and adding that micro detail. And this is going to be the seams on the back, so back right. Yeah.
Snuggle says, "Hi, Maura. One of these streams you have to be in a Bob Ross kind of commentary. We're gonna add a few more strands because everyone deserves a little friend. What a happy little cloud to befriend those happy little trees." Well, each individual stitch needs a friend. If you have one on one side, you better complement it on the other. They need to hold their hands together, and together they will create this piece and make it whole. I don't know how Bob Ross sounds. It's been so long since I've watched him.
Have you guys ever actually tried traditional painting? Like in a Bob Rossian kind of way?
So goddamn hard.
He may call it easy, but I don't buy it for a second. I mean, it's really fun. I do love traditional painting, but oh my god. If I don't feel the most inept as I ever have doing it. That's looking good. Oh, we have so many stitch lines to do.
You know, did you change your name halfway through the stream? Yeah, you did.
Oils are one of my favorite mediums to work in.
They're so beautiful, but oh my god. The fact that they never dry, and that's so hard for me.
Acrylics are what I have the most experience in, but acrylics kind of suck. Tedious stitch work, but that's realism. That's why I don't do it too often. Is it's all you have to paint so much micro detail, and while it does, the final result will look fantastic. I really just like going in for that stylized look because all of the visual appeal is in the sole design of it. Hey, how you doing, Kakaretta? Welcome to the stream. Oh, let me fix the leather sleeve this so I can turn off this crap. You just got here, Kakaretta. Look at this armor I'm working on. It's looking real nice. I'm really happy with it so far. Working on Rusty and adding the micro detailing of the threads and whatnot right now.
What is this armor for, by the way? This armor in particular is a portfolio piece that I want to do to apply to CD Projekt Red, the creators of The Witcher 3. They do a lot of hyper-realism, and I know I can do hyper-realism, I just haven't done too much of it, so I want to develop a really good portfolio piece for them. Also, it's to prevent me from getting stabbed in VRChat. No one can stab me if I wear this armor in there. The current armor set is at about 80k. It's very high detailed, but that's how realistic games, that's closer to their poly counts nowadays, so while it may not be optimized for VR, I definitely want to try to bring it in.
I guess I just wear a skirt underneath this because I don't have any leg armor. I didn't really develop that. I just wanted to make the curious.
Thank you, Copperhead.
You know, I'd like to see Ryan come at me with a lightsaber now. I don't care if that thing cuts metal. It's not going to cut this metal. Lightsaber proof.
The normal map's kind of petered out here towards the end. Oh no, it's the angle I was at. Okay. I was just trying to fake guess where those steams were because I didn't see them. I'm going to undo those until I get... There we go. One or two more. There we go. There we go. Not perfect towards the end there, but whatever. You can't tell from a distance. Doom's 2016 character was 85k poly, so it's continually increasing with new game engines. Oh yeah, of course. No. What was I looking at? The standard model for... Okay, so if you guys haven't heard, the creators of Paragon, Epic Games, since Paragon's getting shut down, they released all of their models. They for just public use. You can use them for anything. And I really want to... I looked into them, and I want to mess with those some more. I may actually try to bring some in VRChat just for funsies. But they had... all these models were released, and those models were insanely high poly. I was actually surprised. One of the characters was 120k, and I'm like, damn! Like, I thought we were still trying to stick around like 70k, so... For a MOBA, where you see them from... Actually, I don't know if you see them from a distance. I never played the game. But I know it was a MOBA. That just seems like very excessive. Go away, metals. Oh, no, yeah, no, I'm with you. My first character I ever modeled, Jimmy Funky Fresh, he was only about 5k, which I was like, man, like, that doesn't give you much to work with. And then I started making characters. Like, the game I'm currently working on, the average enemy poly count, just because we spawn a lot of them, is roughly about 12k, and that's still very, very low. I love living in the age where I can just make things look beautiful. Why does this one look inverted and this one looks correct? What the fuck's happening with my maps, man? Actually, now they're all starting to look inverted a little bit. God, it takes so long, but the stitching does look good. Perfect. Fantastic. Looking good.
we have to do the stitching on this one. Oh, I guess I should copy the stitch layer. What time is it? It's only 11. I do have to duck out in about like 30-40 minutes. I have to go give a lecture to my mom's students. This is the only part of the model that's mirrored. Oh, thank God. I can do some stitching easy. Give every stitch a name. No. Little Carl, Susan, Xavier, Jose. Gamesienda. My mom is a 5th grade teacher, and I really have to give her props for being how progressive and innovative her classrooms are. As of right now, our country apparently is expected to be short about 80,000 programmers by the time her kid's generation reaches adulthood. So she's introducing the programming language to them, Scratch, which is a very simplistic, basic bitch kind of programming language, but it's designed for kids. So I go in to motivate them to work on Scratch and go, hi, I'm a digital artist. I work in games for a living. And I tell them about my field. I tell them how fun it is, what it can do. I can tell them about like the opportunities that they have, and by the end of my lecture they start working on Scratch. My mom introduced the basics of the coding language and what these kids can actually do with it, and her kid, she just started doing this I believe last year. The things that her kids created is actually insane for their age. Kids have fully made Super Mario Brothers. I've seen one kid make a remake of Mega Man X using Scratch, and then they're only fucking 5th graders. Like, goddamn, I haven't even made Mega Man X. Like, VRChat culture. I don't think they're ready for head pat boob sim. Like, that's gonna be interesting. Hey Nama, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Let me finish up these threads real quick, and I'll show you what we're working on, Nama. Okay, that's all the threads that are visible, so I'm gonna stop there. We are working on a realism set of armor that I'm creating for a portfolio piece, and I'm really happy with this so far. It's coming out pretty close to how I imagined. I'm gonna bring this into VRChat so people can't stab me anymore. That'll be nice. I don't know how conventional these armor pieces are that hang off, but I like them. Okay, what can we do next? I have the seam down here on the skirt. Which do I want to detail? I think I kind of just want to paint like leather ornamentation details in the actual color here, which is what I think I'm gonna do just because it sounds different and fun. Oh, but it's not mirrored though. Fuck, maybe that's something I do in Photoshop. Fuck it, we'll try it here. I'm going to create a new fill layer. And I'm going to turn off all the extra things. I only need the color. I'm going to grab a kind of a lightish, grayish brown. Maybe a little darker than that.
How's that? Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna switch to the black mask, and we're gonna start painting in this design ornamentation. And don't want fifth graders saying things like Crumb says. Yeah, exactly. Crumble Boy wants to ice the biddy or something like that. You know, my mom's kids are innovative. I actually really impressed with them. My mom also runs a RPG in her classroom called Classcraft, which I talked about a little bit in the Overwatch stream if you guys watched that. Alright, I'm going to switch my workspaces back to reasonable sizes. Alright, I may switch to color mode here. No, I will not. Oh, but look at those colors, though. Oh, those colors look really good. Subtle, but man, they add a lot. Alright. I think I want the basic part here since we're just painting details. I can't see that at all. There we go. Oh, no. What do we... Oh, just undid the color I changed it to. Just trying to add some filigree, some basic, interesting designs. I think we're just going to make something stem off here instead. Okay, how do we want to connect these? I like that. Simple, but adds a lot. I'm gonna actually even make that more subtle. The color's now too bright. I just needed to see it better for when I was up close. But like that. That may have been just identical to where I left it, but I didn't find a color that I liked better. Now, the hard part is mirroring that perfectly on the other side. Which is why I may have and should have done that on... I should have mirrored! Is there a mirror mask? Hold on, I'm gonna Google something. Let's see if I can mirror a mask. Forgot that the piece was perfectly symmetrical. If not, I may just redo that. Substance banner. Mirror mask. Got it. Okay. Okay, here's how we're gonna do this. I'm going to duplicate this layer. Flip mask? Okay, how do you flip mask? Oh, there's gotta be a way to flip mask. Hold on, Substance Painter. Flip mask. No, there's gotta be a way to flip a mask. Come on. Damn it. I don't know how to fix this. Alright. Here's what we do. We repaint the fill degree. I'm gonna add a black mask. And this time I'm gonna enable symmetry. The symmetry? It's polygon fill. Where's symmetry now? Hello? That's designer. Hello? Substance Painter, please. Why did you remove the symmetry button? Oh, is it symmetry now? It looks symmetry. Hello. There we are. Perfect. Okay, now let's paint the fill degree. Sorry, I'm gonna make a bunch of noises and bang around. Alright, here we go. Switch back to my reference. Almost fill degree it up. What did I do last time? It was like spiral lead designs at the top, I think. That was randomly Miku for a YouTube no copyright music thing. That was interesting. We did something like this. I don't think what I did in there. Cool. I like that. I guess we have the fill degree all around. No reason not to. That's too repetitive.
Yeah, something like that. Whatever. Doesn't matter too much. It's just micro detail. That's a little bit of visual interest to that armor. Oh, paint on the inside too. That was not intended, but sure. Turn off symmetry. Yeah, I like that. Very subtle, but looks nice. File save. Alright, what can we do next? Oh, I guess we add the highlights that we did for the original leather shirt. That's these highlights, right? Yeah. Paste layers. Bring that under. I'm going to hide the metals and these leathers too. So I can just work on the skirt real quick. Then we're going to go back to my smooth noisy. Oh, I got to add the black mask. Just lightening up that trim there, just to show some separation. And let's go find that red, my oh so favorite red for the leathers. Goodbye Segway, have fun at work, even though work is never fun. And you're not going to miss much. We are wrapping the stream up like real soon, real soon. Add black mask. Basically, I'm just going to finish up painting the reds and blues of this, and I think I'm going to call it. Because I got to go prep for that lecture. Plus, the armor's looking pretty good. Doesn't have too much work left to do. Gonna add the reds and the crevices here like we did on the other parts, just to make it my vibrant shadow color. And we're gonna paint the insides. In the breastplate, you've got some engraving detail that could use some attention. Maybe you could add a little bit of dirt cot, and then to make it more visible from a distance. Which parts specifically, Yinda? If I turn on metals 2 again. Are you talking about the engravings like in this part of the breastplate, or like the major one? So I definitely think they could use some attention if you're talking about these ones. Mainly, but I do want them to be subtle. A subtle detail is very key for realism, I find. I also may bring in some gold trim in this. I don't know how I feel about that, but the pure metal works, but honestly I need to add more. I'm going to paint in some shadows, even though I say I'm not going to do that, on some of these trims here. Add some dirt to them so they can stand out a little bit more than they currently are. And last but not least for these leathers, I'm going to grab the blue that we created. They're not metals, leathers.
Paste. Add a black mask. And let's paint that subtle blues here at the bottom. Definitely want this to appear on the inside here where the metal's going to be covering it. Cool. Alright, there we go. Let's see what we look like from a distance. Subtle, mostly covered, but details important like that. Threads work. Alright, let's add some dirt to those filigree and the embossing. Guys, I think I have to go, so bye. See you later. Alright, have a good one, man. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, let's add some metals here. I think I'm just going to add some of a darker black color. Let's make it more red than it currently is. Add a black mask. Oh, this is on the wrong layer. Cut layers. Paste layers. I'm mostly going to be painting the shadow underneath this trim, I think, to make it more defined. How much does that actually do from a distance? Not terribly much. I may have to manually go back in there. Cool. Yeah, those black tinges actually add a surprising amount of color to this for just being black. I may splash that in some of the areas where I want shadow. Basically adding to the AO map a little bit. Hey, what's up, Games? How you doing, man? This is a good call, Yinda. This definitely is adding a little bit more pop to the filigree here.
Yeah, thank you, games. Yeah, take a look here. This is the entire piece so far. Really happy with how this is coming out. Yeah, it's just making the embossing pop a lot more. Still probably not enough, and I may add some more rust lines there. But for now, I think I'm going to call this stream, unfortunately, because I have to get to that. I got to go take a shower, get prepped for that lecture. So,
sorry, games. I know you just got here,
but I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys learned something new. You could really see what normal mapping can do to an armor. Like, if you guys, let me show you what this guy looks like without normal mapping real quick before I leave. If I just turn this off, you can see that after it thinks a bit. Yeah, like, look how much that normal map actually did for my armor here. Because that looks like shit. If you saw that in the game, you're like, that doesn't look good. But as soon as you throw that that normal map on there, boom, instantly good looking. So, alright everyone, I hope you guys had a good day. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will see you most likely next Thursday. Have a good one, guys. Bye.